In addition, this administration, which is first among equals in the country, is fully committed to improving government service delivery and ensuring economic and social development of this state through, among others, innovative application of science and technology. It is with this background that I would like you to recall that last year we reported the following achievements. ICT infrastructure comprising of metropolitan area network for our staff stations, allows our campus area network for efficient communication, internet facilities to reduce paperwork, save costs and improve government service delivery, video conferencing facilities. Also in the area of implementation of 9 theoretical enterprise resource planning software, which we did for reliable government database, elimination of ghost workers, and efficient administration of human resources and others. I also reported that we established 40 internet-enabled computer resource centers to provide first-level computer services in each ministry and facilitate rapid computer literacy program of our government. We will also recollect that I reported on the community-focused ICT projects such as the Lagos State website www.lagostate.gov.ng and the acclaimed 70 PC internet-enabled facility at the Lagos State Digital Village, Ibute-Metta, established for youth empowerment, bringing government closer to the people, and skill acquisition for our youth as a strategy for poverty reduction. We also reported on the issue of ICT capacity building, which included the employment of 120 computer graduates by the Lagos State government, training of over 10,000 civil servants, as well as the 40 members of the Lagos State House of Assembly. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the press, since then we have added to the above achievements in the following areas: ICT in schools. As a reflection of the team spirit of the Asiwaju Bola Ahmed administration, the Ministry of Science and Technology has continued to partner with other ministries, such as Ministry of Education in the state, to modernize and enhance the quality of education in order for our children, who are leaders of tomorrow, to, among others, embrace IT-based teaching and learning as one of the key strategies for equipping these future leaders. Towards this end, we have established a total of 40 ICT-based laboratories as a pilot project in secondary schools spread throughout all the local governments of this state. These ICT laboratories are internet-enabled, provided with digital contents on compact CDs, and the best of books in ICT. In addition to this, to ensure a successful and qualitative teaching of ICT in our schools, a total of 112 teachers have been rigorously trained for this purpose during the past 1 year. Also, our ministry has developed a curriculum for the teaching of ICT in our secondary schools, which has been approved and acclaimed by the Nigerian Computer Society as of world standard. It should be further noted that these facilities will also be used to teach other subjects from next session. The incorporation of ICT in our school curricula is a forward-looking objective of this administration, designed to enhance enhancement of linkages between the schools and the world around it, so as to expand and enrich the learning environment. Teachers and students will tap into a great wealth of educational resources outside the school. They will also communicate and collaborate with other educational institutions, local and foreign, and community at large. It's also designed to encourage creative thinking, lifelong learning, and social responsibilities. Students will develop competencies in assessing, analyzing, and applying information and develop habits of independent learning. IT-based learning strategies will also seek to develop students' ability to think innovatively, to cooperate with one another, and to make sound judgments. Generation of innovative processes in education. The integration of IT in education will itself engender several broader innovations. IT-based teaching and learning strategies will open possibilities for designing new curricula and new methods of assessment to meet our educational objectives. The administration will in addition provide these schools with autonomy to use IT resources flexibly to meet the needs of these students. School design is also involved to maximize the potential for using IT to enhance learning and school administration. IT in our school curricula is also designed to promote administrative and management of excellence in education system. IT will be used to promote greater and more efficient communication within and among schools, and it will also enhance the effectiveness of educational administration. Ready access to online data and information, which will be provided, will also support effective decision making at all levels. Number 2, ICT capacity building. In a series of concerted efforts to enrich the stock of human capital within the public service, this administration recognizes the need to empower its workforce in terms of computer knowledge, skills, experience, and creativity as an integral part of the strategy for development. The Ministry of Science and Technology embarked on an aggressive training of different categories of staff during this last 1 year. Please permit me to report that the underlisted categories, among others, benefited from the Ministry's capacity building program within the period under review. Permanent secretaries, selected members of the Lagos State Judiciary, and all other judges in Lagos State. We also provided licensed instructor-led training for all resource center personnel with some administrative members of staff. Continuous user learning and adoption training on the criminal financial model for the user community within Alausa campus network. Furthermore, in order to ensure that government goals and objectives are met along this line, a high-powered committee of Computer Development and Monitoring Committee was established early this year. The committee, which comprises of 8 permanent secretaries, conducts periodic inspection visits to each ministry to review the progress and identify issues affecting the effective and efficient use of computing facilities as well as IT training in that ministry, and provide progressive solutions and recommendations to our ministry in order to effectively reap the benefits of the Lagos State government investments in ICT. The main objective of the committee is to ensure that government investment in its e-governance is commensurate with benefits derived from them. Number 3, collaboration with Lagos State Tertiary Institution of Science and Technology. As a ministry that believes in teamwork and the optimization of synergies, we have adopted a collaborative approach in our activities on science and technology. Towards this end, we have visited our higher institutions such as Lagos State University, LASU, to identify areas of collaboration in research and commercialization of research results, as well as using our ministry's ICT facilities for exposure to their students during their industrial training and attachments in order to improve the overall quality of graduates from those state institutions. Number 4, the first Lagos State Science Festival. The administration of Governor Bola Ahmed Tinubu recognizes that no society can meaningfully develop without a solid foundation in science and technology. Therefore, the need to promote and invest in them has informed the administration to organize the first ever Lagos Science Festival, held recently to showcase the potentials of science and technology as a way of encouraging scientists, technologists, private sector participation, especially small and medium-scale enterprises, to invest in science and technology. Science Festival, which was developmentally focused with the theme Science for Life and Development, was essentially designed to promote awareness and developments in the field of science, and it did provide an opportunity for interaction and knowledge sharing with the prospect of individuals and groups of inventors benefiting where necessary as a way of encouraging local talents. It was a forum for intellectual discussions on topical issues, bordering on science and technology, with the aim of providing solutions and way forward for the development of science and technology for a knowledge-based economy for Lagos State and Nigeria as a whole. The festival, which was celebrated throughout Lagos State, lived up to expectations as a national event and drew experts in the field of science together and stimulated interest in science in a way that is hoped to positively impact on the development of the state in no distant future. Part of the program of the festival were exhibition of science equipment and inventions, seminars, lectures delivered by experts from many renowned universities and other tertiary institutions in Nigeria. Visits to science-related sites by students were also made, and a science quiz was organized for students all over the state. The festival was a wake-up call for Nigeria to take science serious because the rest of the world had developed through science, and Nigeria must join it. At the end of the very successful first Lagos Science Festival, a communique was issued and communicated to all stakeholders for implementation. On our part, we are promoting the communique to the National Council on Science and Technology for adoption and implementation, while modalities are currently being established to implement those that are within the ambit of Lagos State government. Gentlemen of the press, please permit me to thank all stakeholders, participants, and all the other people that contributed to the success of this first Lagos Science Festival. Number 5, launching of the Lagos State Science and Technology Policy. You will recall that last year, we reported that a 12-man Science and Technology Committee was inaugurated to fashion out the policy for the state in order to chart the direction and focus. Membership of the committee were drawn from our universities, the polytechnics, the private sector, as well as our in-house experts from the civil service. Today, we are happy to inform you that the Lagos State Science and Technology Policy, which will provide a solid foundation for development of science and technology in our state, was formally launched during the recent first Lagos Science Festival. 6. Incentives to promote science and technology. As a fulfillment of our promise during last year's press conference, that we will identify and assemble the package of incentives for science and technology students, employees, researchers, and inventors in order to further promote science and technology in Lagos State. A total of 25 awards and incentives, including computers, were given out in various categories during the recent first Lagos Science Festival in appreciation of various contributions to the development of science and technology.
The Agency for Mass Education was established by Ethics 2 of 31st January 1991. It is one of the components of universal basic education with the major responsibility of addressing problems of the large percentage of the illiterate in the state. It has the following objectives and functions. 1. To increase awareness of the importance of literacy among rural and urban dwellers and solicit the participation and cooperation of individuals, NGOs, industries, etc. in the task of making all aggressions easy. 2. To provide functional remedial education for youths who have dropped out of the formal school system. 3. To provide service on the job vocational and professional training for different categories of workers and professions. 4. To plan, implement, monitor, and control vocational continuing education stroke non-formal education programs in the state for the enhancement of integrated rural development. Achievements. The Agency for Higher Education has recorded a number of achievements, some of which are creation of new sectors. 4. Adult literacy centers were created in child-funded schools with provision for adequate learning materials and furniture. Also, the agency, in collaboration with UNICEF, established 4 care-giver centers in the following communities. 1. Obadele community, Alimosho, which has developed a primary school. 2. Agriculture Mining Memorial Church, Ikeja. 3. Operation community as well, Fishermen Center. Ebola community, Sand Diggers and Farmers. Additional 2 centers were established in the rural communities of Ugomo, Sotedo, and Agbeluba in the Moshodo area. One vocational training was also established in the Faja Road. By December 2004, 253 new continuing education centers were registered, in addition to the 293 already existing ones, to make a total of 546 centers. The resultant effect of the creation of these new centers is that illiteracy has been reduced to the barest minimum in this state, despite the remarkable influx of people on a daily basis. An average of 9 voting instructors were trained by the agency on the improved methods of teaching year after year. Some of the beneficiaries of the post-literacy program are presently attending national teacher visiting programs of distance learning. Staff of private companies are not members of this program. One of such is the West African Women Company, where 170 floor workers benefited from the literacy programs of women, which has helped in enhancing their efficiency and effectiveness of the job. Registration of external candidates. The agency, through the Continuing Education Center program, presented candidates from selected fees for basic school examination. Also, special permission has been granted to Continuing Education Center to register for visa at the end of the year 2004. Other programs. The agency also undertook programs in vocational training which aims at improving the economic standard of women and young school learners, especially girls, who could not further their education. Graduates of these vocational centers are presented to the National Board for Technical Education Examinations in order to be gainfully employed. Programs offered at these vocational centers include soap making, textile design, dress making and fashion design, cloth wear, weaving, cookery, catering. The agency, in conjunction with the Ministry of Establishment and Training, also conducted media programs for confidential secretaries and typists. Combined scope of confirmed examination for clerical staff were also conducted to prepare the staff for upgrading in the state civil service. Also, in collaboration with some local governments, the vocational training centers provided skill acquisition training under the job creation and wealth empowerment for rural areas. Alternative high school for parents. This school is run by a normal school and work has already commenced on the school site at Jambu World. Commendations to the work. In recognition of the laudable achievement of the agency, the Department of Adult and Non-Formal Education, University of Ibadan, during the 50th anniversary celebration, presented an award of excellence to the agency. The agency was also placed on at a competition of poster making organized by the Federal Ministry of Education through the National Commission for Mass Literacy, Adult and Non-Formal Education. The agency also received a letter of recommendation from the National Commission for Adult and Non-Formal Education Collaboration. Monitoring and Investigation Director. The Monitoring and Investigation Department is responsible for regular monitoring of activities of schools in the state as well as assessing compliance of these schools in relation to national and state policies on education. positive impact has been made in schools, and staff and students are kept on their toes. They refer to officers of this particular directorate as the Maja of the Lagos State government in all schools. Investigations were also considered and conducted into reported cases of misconduct. The office has been able to achieve the following. 1. Control of principals and teachers to ensure strict adherence to government policies, appropriate use of continuous assessment records by each subject teacher, and proper management of school records, which has helped in curbing truancy among teachers. 2. The office has been able to curb the trend of illegal placement of students into schools by principals. Teachers, non-teaching staff, and Ministerial teachers, especially at local education districts, led. These notable achievements have been recorded in these areas of giving recommendations after investigating petitions from students, parents, and members of the public against teaching and non-teaching staff in both primary and public, in both primary and post-primary schools. 4. Ensuring conformity to laid down rules guiding the registration of senior secondary school examination and network examination through verification exercises in order to 1. Guide against fraudulent registration in schools. 2. Determine the actual number of students that have been paid for in order to cover unnecessary spending of government in this direction. 3. And 5. The office compelled continuing education centers on duly operating as private schools to undergo the mandatory approval registration process of the private education and special program PET, Department of the Ministry of Education. This notable achievement has also been recorded by the office in ensuring that all state public schools, senior and junior, have completed periodic tests in all subjects before commencement of the just concluded unified examinations organized by the State Ministry of Education. First year award, 2000-2001 awardees. During the year under review, payments were made for the year 2000-2001 successful applicants, and this includes all students, bringing the total number to 2,167 students. The total amount released for the payment was 24.9 million. Payment to hold awardees. His Excellency's approval of 9.32 million was obtained for the payment of awards to 697 hold awardees from the existing course for bursary awards, local foreign awards. This category of awards caters for brilliant and gifted individuals of the state. This award is highly competitive and it is supervised by a specially constituted panel. So far, a total of 1.2 million has been paid to 15 beneficiaries in this category, most of which were given on compassionate grounds.
This is Lagos, Nigeria's most industrialized city. Welcome to Lagos, a city in dire need of a good transportation system. Lagos started out in the 15th century as a trade center and seaport. It later became a slave trade center until it was annexed by the British in 1861. After Nigeria's independence, it became the nation's capital until 1991, when the capital was moved to Abuja. Once upon a time, Lagos was an orderly city with adequate transport facilities. But that is history now. With the discovery of oil in Nigeria and its attendant affluence, Lagos became heavily industrialized, with so many foreign and local companies springing up. This naturally attracted fresh graduates, job seekers, Nigerians and expatriates. Today, Lagos is the 13th largest city in the world. It is Nigeria's chief port, an industrial center, hosting well over 45% of the nation's total invested capital. This aquatic city, made up of 4 islands, hosts a considerable volume of foreign investment, and it is the economic gateway to the ECOWAS plan for a borderless region. Lagos is mini Nigeria, with people from all the tribes of Nigeria making it their home. In 1999, the city contained approximately 10.5 million people. Today, it has grown to about 14 million people, with an alarming growth rate of 8% per annum. Amongst these 14 million, you'll find 45% of Nigeria's skilled workers. Naturally, this population explosion has caused satellite settlements to spring up to a depth of more than 30 kilometers from the original city center, the Marina. It is from these far-flung settlements that these various cadres of workers troop into the city centers and new industrial areas for their daily business. This unprecedented inflow of people into Lagos has rendered the existing transportation system ineffective. It has now become a big problem for the authority, especially the present administration of the Lagos state government. The start of any working day in Lagos is a chaotic mess for commuters. A typical morning in Lagos is characterized by a heavy traffic of people anxious to get to work. Men, women, children wait endlessly for buses that are neither sufficient nor adequate. What a waste of resources.
There are a lot of hold-up here in Lagos, unlike in Enugu too.
It's very disturbing, very uncomfortable. I don't find it, I've just arrived, so I don't find it easy getting to my destination.
Transportation in Lagos is hell.
I don't know what I'm going to do. This Lagos state, Nawahala for transport.
Nigeria is stagnating, partly due to the sorry state of Lagos transportation. It is becoming increasingly difficult to predict travel time, and the continuous overdependence on the road mode constantly increases maintenance cost on the roadway. This takes a large chunk of government funds.
Now there's overdependence on road traffic. So the facilities are stretched out to the limits. Everybody has to take the roads that are there. But then by the time a metro line crops up and the ferry service is reactivated, then there will be new centers, because metro line ferry carry a lot of people at a time. A good ferry could carry up to 800 people. Then the metro line, 1,000 or 2 is being discharged at the terminus. Now things will change, definitely.
Unfortunately, Rather than have a time-saving culture of public transportation incorporating train, road and waterways, Lagosians have shown a preference for road transportation.
You can see the hold up by yourself. Barely an hour now. About an hour now.
No wonder over 42 billion naira is lost annually due to this transportation problem. Taking advantage of this situation, some highly resourceful businessmen invented the Molue in the early 70s. Usually painted in the yellow and black colors of Lagos taxis, Molues are large buses built with chassis of old Austin and Mercedes-Benz trucks. In the traffic jungle of Lagos City, Molues are the bestial kings. Though made to seat between 30 to 40 passengers, they usually load up to 65 persons per trip and travel at dangerously high speeds in order to multiply their trips and meet the day's delivery. The people have no option. They even struggle to enter the Molue. Inside, the Molue is dark, crowded and stuffy. The few lucky ones are cramped into the mass of steel, which is the only hope of reaching their destinations. Most stand, swaying to the dangerous driving antics of the driver, who drives with reckless abandon. Because of their driving style and absence of maintenance culture, their trips are often punctuated by fatal crashes in which a lot of people lose their lives, thus earning the name Morlit for Molue. Undoubtedly, Lagosians suffer and die daily through road accidents. Over the years, the loss of lives due to road accidents in Lagos has become seriously alarming. In the first 10 months of the year 1999, Lagos recorded 2,841 cases of motor accidents. Year 2000 featured 2,596 cases. The more affluent Lagosians gather their life savings to buy a car to move around, while the less fortunate ones mount vigils at the bus stops, waiting for old, rickety, life-endangering buses. On Lagos roads, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the downright dangerous mode of transportation all suffer from the incessant traffic congestion, air pollution, and the increasing wave of crime. Several man-hours are wasted. Tired bodies and stressed-out brains all conspire with an irregular transport scenario to create low productivity. Tired of the swarm, carnage and severe congestion in modern-day Lagos, Nigeria's government announced in 1976 plans to create a new federal capital at Abuja, and the seat of government was moved there in 1991. The movement of the federal capital from Lagos notwithstanding, the city, already acclaimed the world's 13th biggest megacity, is still brimming with new investments and people. So, how can these problems be solved? The rail system? The railway system is virtually non-existent. In spite of the government's effort to run an urban rail system between Ido and Alagbado, lack of funds and other problems have stalled the trains, and traders have turned the rails into market stalls. What about waterways? The waterways, which form part of the natural landscape of Lagos, have not been made too attractive either. The ferries and jetties are not enough. Meanwhile, people languish at bus stops. Then what?
We experience traffic jam here and there, but with better coordination, this can be improved upon.
A Lagos urban transportation system hinged on the concept of interconnectivity